Is your wife's rejection to your invitations to intimacy happening with great frequency? And if so, I know that hurts. I'm Leslie Dories, your marriage coach, creator of the Hero Husband Project, and owner of Foundations Coaching. And I just received an email from somebody who said that his wife just continuously rejects him with all kinds of reasons. She's tired, she's stressed, the kids, you name it, this is what he's gotten. And he's hurting and he's considering an affair. And I'm going to tell you, that's not going to help the situation. That's not to diminish how hurtful it is to be rejected by your wife. And right now, I'm going to tell you, it's happening a lot because of the holiday season, because other things are taking priority over your relationship. And I get it. It's really hard. And here's something that is really necessary to understand. Both in order for you guys to have a successful physical relationship, you need to be taking a look at what else is going on in your relationship. If you are not spending quality time together, that's going to be a problem. And we do this all the time. Things come first. And at this time of year, there's a lot of extra stuff on your plate. And I get it. John Gottman, marriage guru, researcher extraordinaire, talks about bids for attention. And a lot of times the bids for attention that you guys do are about physical intimacy. And physical intimacy is truly important, and yes, it should be a part of your marriage. But if it's not, then we need to do some research. And these conversations, guys, are really, really hard. I'm not going to lie. The hardest conversation my husband and I have had in our almost 40 years together dealt with the same topic. I get it. I've lived it. I know it. What is missing, and by the way, ladies have a responsibility for this, but if our brains are somewhere else, it is very, very difficult for us to respond physically. If we're busy doing a grocery list in our head or trying to figure out when we're going to get the presents to the post office to send off, we are not fully present to your physical advances. And that is something that is your wife's responsibility. However, there are things that you can do to increase your chances. And a lot of that is making her feel special, important, connected. Now, I get it. This guy who contacted me, I understand it. She's busy throwing roadblocks in the way. And it's really, really hard to have a conversation about your physical life. But the question becomes, if your bids for attention and connection to your wife are solely physical, it's going to make it much easier, one, for her to reject you, and two, for you guys to feel the closeness, because for a lot of women, they need that emotional connection. And again, I'm not saying that you are to blame. Please understand, I'm not saying that you're to blame, because women we all do. We live in a very child-centric society, and this is a particular time of year when we're very child and family-centric, to the detriment of our marriages. And what I suggest to you guys right now is to look for non-physical ways to reach out to your wife. Take something off of her plate. You be in charge of dealing with your family, getting the presents and dealing with whatever kind of holiday visitation schedule you have. You be the contact between your wife and your children's family and your extended family. Take that off her plate. Spend time not scrolling through Facebook or watching things on Netflix or sports or whatever it might be that can be distracting. Find something to do with her every single day. Give her a heartfelt compliment, not about her physical presentation, but something that she does well, something that is important to her. And again, I'm not saying that this is going to be a silver bullet, but it's part and parcel of building more connection other than just around sex. And I'm going to tell you, I'm with you guys. Please don't misunderstand me. I understand how frustrating and hurtful it can be, and it can be hard when you're feeling hurt to reach out to her one more time. All I'm suggesting is possibly taking a look at the how. And hopefully you found this helpful, and hopefully you haven't felt beat up, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm actually trying to help you guys find another way forward without making things worse by having an affair, because that is not the solution to the problem. In fact, it will create more problems. So I would love to hear your thoughts about this. I know it's really hard. It's very devastating to want to be close to somebody who keeps turning you down. And I understand that it is frustrating, but the option is either to stay in your frustration or find a different solution. And that's what I'm suggesting. So hopefully, again, that you found this helpful. And until next week, stay loving.